moment. So they may end up becoming disqualified if they do not become responsive in the next 5 or so minutes because they were required to go first. Nerf Mages already has been withdrawn from the tournament, and there are some other internet issues occurring amongst Mongo idiots. So what this means for the tournament basically is that we can move on to sub bracket A, just so we can keep games going, because we all like playing WoW. None of us like sitting here watching a tournament with nothing happening, of course, you know. So we're gonna try and get into subdivision A. So once again, I'm really sorry, guys. Just give me a couple of seconds to set this up. In the meantime, we're gonna do a giveaway. We have a bunch of game keys available in chat. If you type !giveaway, you'll have a chance to win one of the following games: From the Depths, AI War, Sprogglewood, Titleist, Overture, Shattered Haven, The Last Federation, and Bionic Dues.
It's a bunch of Steam games, pretty much.
Where's the Legion giveaways? What the? What?
Yeah. As soon as I have Legion, you guys
maybe next tournament, I guess. That's something that we can get.
I want Legion.
But you're actually got
a
ton of keys.
Really? Wow. I was
Legion.
able to,
where's the Overwatch beta keys, guys? Like,
oh yeah.
Come on, where's the Overwatch beta keys? A lot of us are waiting to get in that, Kappa.
Well, I'm not waiting to get into that. Well,
yeah, you.
Sorry, guys.
Lucky.
Yeah, but
lucky person.
Well, I'm not. It was all skill. There's a very methodical way to get into the Overwatch beta if you didn't get into it.
We're not supposed to talk about that. We're gonna have people kicking through your door, Dilly.
Oh my! They're gonna take me seriously. Okay.
One of the things that I was gonna say about LSD versus RM Pala is especially the difference between running Rogue Mage Pala versus RMD with a Druid. One of the advantages that the Paladin has over the Druid is that the Paladin's able to get those Hodges from a further distance and doesn't have to overextend and leave himself vulnerable for that cross switch setup.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, and the other thing is, if they are playing that Arcane Mage, I think having the Holy Paladin is a lot better because they have Aura Mastery and Bobs to help them get those CCs.
It's even more.
Yeah, and in the Arcane Mage, they don't have Deep Freeze, so having the Paladin's Hodge is actually really useful. Whereas normal Arm Pala as a Frost Mage, it's like you have Hodge, but it doesn't really get used as much because you already have Deep and the Rogue's going to be stunning both targets. So having that Hodge by the Paladin is really useful, plus the Aura Mastery Sheaves. On top of, if he wants to buff the Mage for Sheaves, it's so hard for some teams to stop it. Like I said, they have the Evanescent Sheaves, Palm Sheaves, all those setups. It's so hard for an enemy team to stop it. So I think that's really where the Paladin brings the strength, on top of the extra damage they can get out with those Denounce Dams.
They also means that they can't crit as well. But again, Druids are very susceptible to getting switched on because they're very, very squishy. And if they do end up overextending to get that Bash Cyclone, they leave themselves very vulnerable to getting switched upon unless they have a really good team that can make sure to cross CC the enemy team to make sure that the Druid can get that CC off without running the risk of getting switched.
Yeah, definitely. That's a pretty solid point. I do like the Druid picks though when it's just a standard mage, because obviously when the Druid is pushing in, they have that cross CC, and the mage is also spam casting. So the mage is casting his Frost Shot and his Polymorphs, and then the Druid's going for those clone casts. So it's like you have 3 targets casting all these different schools. It's like, how do I stop all of them when I'm cross CC'd? But obviously some teams are able to stop that. We saw Turbo winning BlizzCon, but I do like the mage Druid synergy.
Yeah. Again, we are doing a giveaway again, guys. So if you guys are not aware why everyone's typing !giveaway in the chat, we're doing a giveaway for some Steam games. If you guys want a chance to win, make sure to type in that !giveaway in the chat for your chance to win.
So what do you think about those games? I haven't really looked at too many of those games.
I haven't looked at any of them, to be honest. So
yeah.
I don't really know.
I mean, I
know some of them are horror games.
WoW, so I don't know. what other games are there?
Foreign games.
WoW. Exactly.
All right, gonna have an interruption here, guys. We do have a setup, a team ready for us. Currently, it is Bleached Bones versus Follow Esports. Now, I know this is a little further on down the line in the brackets. Unfortunately, most of the teams that we have seem to be having issues with getting together and everybody being online at the same time. So just so we can get some gameplay going for you guys, we're going to be starting off with Subdivision A, Bleachbones versus Follow Esports.
Oh, awesome. Bleachbones. This is the European team with... Yeah, no, this is Jamie's team, right? The European Turbo? Yeah, it's Jamie Blizz... Okay, yeah. This team is pretty good. I know they qualified for the regionals, but because of some little mix-up, I guess one of their members wasn't able to show up, so ended up not being able to make it to BlizzCon. But this team I've seen dominate the European ladder. I think they're a pretty good Turbo, almost on the same caliber of SK Gaming's Turbo. So going up against Follow Esports, I really want to see how this plays out, because seeing jungle into Turbo, I've seen it go either way in these tournaments, so I really want to see who's going to win this. Yeah.
Again, one of the advantages is that if they were to run that jungle cleave, versing, the Turbo cleave, they have that advantage. At least two of their members will be at a distance. So again, if you're running another cleave with double melee versus double melee, you're going to run that risk of the Turbo cleaving you down. And that's one of the advantages of Turbo cleave, is that they can pretty much switch on anyone. If you play Turbo cleave, it's pretty much hit whatever you can. And they just do consistent pressure. It's very hard to heal through. And we are actually queuing up for this first game right now. So it's going to be on the Grand Arena. Again, a very open map, very fair. Just 4 straight pillars, not really anything special. And we're going to be getting into this game right here.
Okay, so we're going to be playing a really cool intro for you guys, made by Synapse. Shout out to my boy. All right, so let's just roll that really quick.
Oh, they brought on the beans. Nice, let's go. So yeah, we do have that jungle versus Turbo matchup. I definitely think that this jungle is... make a mistake and go over aggressive. Turbo could just get a kill on them with no trinket and a shockwave, so they have to be really careful just how offensive they are and make sure everything's pretty methodical. But I have hope for Follow Esports.
Again, the gates are about to open here. Gates are about to open here. I'm going to be keeping an eye on Jelly Beans, kind of looking out for that Crows opener. As soon as you see him pop Crows, they're going to be doing a lot of damage.
Oh yeah, definitely, and you can already see him trying to get just some of his dots onto Jamie X. They're not going too hard. Wallbear opening up with that rake onto Jamie. Double shockwave comes out onto Walla and Jelly Beans, getting some pressure onto Wallbear right here. We have the Colossal Smash by Blitzo, and Jelly Beans trying to go over this binding shot. He's trying to connect onto this Druid, and now there's the Crows coming out by Jelly Beans, so they're trying to get some pressure, trying to see if they can force his skin. The Druid ended up bear forming that bash, so that was a pretty good play. Absurge actually getting 50% HP, having to pop his Aura Mastery, trying to keep his team offensive. But already we've got the Bark skin, or Iron Bark, coming out by Sabrina, and now Jelly Bean's just getting so much pressure on him. Wallabear still has his Incarnation available, so I think next setup they are going to be in tons of trouble without this Iron Bark available to them.
Absurge actually, following Sabrina,
oh, nice
spamming
double
those
shockwave coming out by Blizzo, but he gets a full trap by Jelly Beans onto him, trying to peel him. Sabrina does get that dispel onto him. They're getting tons of pressure onto Abster, so he's doing what he can to survive. He's trying to get this Turbo off of him, and his teammates can't really do too much right now, and they can't even get this pressure onto Sabrina at this point. And already first link coming out by Absurge here.
Absurge still has his trinket available, but the other two do not. Again, still the pressure continues with his Turbo Clay. Beautiful double shot.
Absurge going to 12% HP, 12%. He's keeping himself alive. That's the last Spirit Link used by him. Full clone goes onto Jelly Beans. Jelly Beans at 37% HP, and Absurge at 20% health. They might be able to get an execute onto him, and if not, they can swap onto Jelly Beans. Absurge is so low right here. He has nothing left at this point, and Absurge is just going to go down. I liked how that Turbo played. I feel like they were able to shut down so many Follow Esports setups, and then they just had so much pressure onto Absurge.
Again, the Follow Esports team in the beginning, actually, Absurge, I don't know if you saw that, but Absurge was just following Sabrina, just spamming Purge when they were going offensive to make sure that Sabrina did not get any of those hots off. So that was a really offensive play. Do you think that was a little bit too offensive, or they should have, backed off, played a little bit more safe?
I don't know. I think what happened was that Turbo was able to just position so well. They did end up forcing the Iron Bark with that first setup with how much pressure they had, and Wallbear still had his Incarnation available, but they just really weren't able to connect again.
Some people are saying in chat that might have been a DC.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you. I was waiting for you guys to finish so I could butt on in and talk to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we unfortunately, Walter Bear did DC. We let the match play through. However, the match will be null and void, being as I was watching the timer and he did DC before the timer ran out for our DC timer. So we will be allowed to replay that match,
Well, that's awkward.
and that
I
will be
didn't
null
know.
and voided.
I was too busy watching that Turbo kill Absurge. I was
I get there.
all eyes focused on Absurge dying.
Yeah, if he did
That's
DC,
my favorite thing
it
to
would
watch.
makes sense because he's like about a million.
Yeah,
damage
he saw
away
that
from-
incarnation available. I was like kind of confused. I was like, oh, were they just getting locked down here? Yeah, it all makes sense. Kappa.
Absurd as high as damage as Aurora Sacrifice.
Well, there's that.
Okay, so you can take a look at the brackets again, just while we make sure that this internet technical issue is sorted out amongst Absurge's team really quick.
You can have a few of those. You always do. Even if you're
Yeah.
playing on Blizzard LAN.
That is standard for tournaments. You know,
Especially
as we-
non-LAN
we-
tournaments, of course.
Oh yeah. I'm sure that'll work its way out as the tournament progresses. Usually, all the technical difficulties just start at the beginning, and then the tournaments start to flow smoothly. So there's that. Maybe next time I'll notice if Walla DC'd.
Again, who do you think is going to be taking the series here? Setting this game, to be honest.
Yeah, I actually don't really know since I think the matchup can go either way, and obviously I was full blinded by the non-existent rogue. Didn't see the wall bear hit DC, but yeah, there's that.
I didn't either, man.
It's okay.
It's my fault.
The reason why is just Wallbear never plays the game anyways. I had to make the joke. It was the only way to come back from that. But yeah.
Okay, so I do get confirmation that he is going to be switching his modems really quick. So we're going to give him 5 or so minutes, just really quick, to make sure that he doesn't get hit anymore with any unforeseen internet issues. So we're going to give him 5 minutes really quick.
Feeling confused on the giveaway. How do we know when it is? Well, they'll be announced. We already did one giveaway so far. We're gonna doing actually many more during this stream, and it will definitely be announced before we do those giveaways.
And you know, for the meantime, we're just chilling here. How is the weather inside of your room? What's the temperature at?
It's pretty hot, not gonna lie. I got a computer that is already a personal heater, and I got like a bunch of lights in my room.
Dang,
So-
I got a nice little breeze going on. Got a fan right above me.
Pretty lucky.
Keeping it nice and calm in here.
Most amount of
I had to
block
put the
for
cat out, though.
conversation.
He just keeps wanting to jump on my keyboard and mouse and
These are
knock
the same
everything
beast,
over on my
man.
desk.
You remember
I know.
Eyes of the Beast, man?
Well,
That
they pruned
spells.
it. If it wasn't pruned, I could have kept this cat under control. But he's just going wild. He's popping Zerk and Incarn, just knocking everything over on my desk.
Oh man. Do you remember Eyes of the Beast? That was such a fun hunter spell.
Don't remind me. I try not to think about it so I don't miss it as much.
Volley.
That's my favorite though.
Just
I used to
die
move my
inside.
pet around. Like I would go near like a horde area and just put my pet, try to troll people with it, have it attack people. I used to love making my pets jump. Now you can't make pets jump anymore. But like crabs doing their little hop.
I think the only reason why they removed that was because they would, in Battlegrounds, they would like send their pet through the gate and then Eyes of the Beast and then just walk up to the enemy team.
Oh
just,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Jump up and down, just like, sup guys. Just-
There's
I'm a
something.
raptor.
There's something you're able to do something similar to that, like before the gates opened. It was this expansion. I remember seeing Dorothy doing it. He would get his, I think it's like on Tiger's Peak. He would get his Devil Sword like across the map before the gates open. I'd be like, how do you have your dino here?
The heck?
But I guess you said it was something with like the camera angle on that map, but it was bugged, so the pet would just port outside or something. I was like, okay, that's so weird.
Yeah.
But I would just see him like do it every game. I was like, dang.
Hacks, man.
How do you find this stuff? Yeah, I was like, hacks. What the heck? Like, how'd you find this?
So anyone in chat hear about the gnome hunters? Now that we're on the
gnome
top.
hunter?
Now that we're on the topic
Not
of
gonna be-
hunters.
I'm
I still-
already a gnome
s-
in real life. I don't
I
need to be
still,
one in game.
yeah, I
need to be
still
a
don't know what to
twin.
think about that, man. I just, especially
But that
like
is-
with the new hunter spec with the grapple, just like see a tiny gnome just shoot a giant grapple hook